So let me ask you a question related to this.
Okay.
From your time in the manufacturing side of the PCB design industry and manufacturing industry, you've seen probably every issue there is under the sun to do with footprints.
Yep.
What are some of the problems that are common with footprints?
Well, in fabrication, it's panelization, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, how things are panelized, and that if it starts with how we're sharing the material, and then layout and how it's panelized up front in the CAM department. One thing that I'm jumping ahead a little bit here, but when there was more mechanical routing, now there's some laser routing, but in mechanical routing, I remember having a very expensive job. This was before China happened, and we had these daughter cards, and the guy was running the router and was running fast and hard, sleep deprived, same scenario you're talking about, and I was literally at the door, you know, ready to jolt out with these boards, daughter cards that were, I think, I don't know, couple grand a piece, because we'd built them in like 24 hours.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm getting a call every 5 minutes.
Are they ready yet? Are they ready
yes,
yet?
I'm getting that. And the guy didn't follow process, threw something manual in the program to do the manual routing.
Okay.
And he cut the fingers off.
Oh, so he had a board edge connector.
Yes.
And
he just, it was a rectangle. He didn't allow for the cutout for the fingers for the daughter cord to plug in. And so that was like, okay, $2,500 a board, whatever they were. Insane. It was a $10,000-$15,000. Whoops, I didn't stop and follow the process.
Yeah.
So it's those kind of things that can happen.
Exactly.
Or V-cut, you know, scoring for breakaway tabs. There's a lot of things. So. And
so like that, but that example is a particularly good one because a card edge connector is a component in the library. And there needs to be data in the component in the library to say, don't do this.
Right.
You know, don't
stop.
There's information in every component in the library about this is actually all for manufacturing something at the end of the day. And so if you're not employing a good process for, and it could just be for one person, for yourself even, or for a team of people, sort of bringing this back to part libraries, one of the things I like to say about a footprint or a library is it's the oldest form of design reuse in our industry. The first or the most basic form of design reuse is, because if you think about a component footprint on a circuit board, it's a collection of pads at fixed sizes and spacings.
Right.
That's a land pattern.
Right.
And those are standardized, and in the very first prototype CAD software, each pad would have been an individual item that would have to be placed onto a grid, and then from that you create, like, let's reuse all of these together, and now that's called a footprint.
Right.
And it's still done to this day that way. You create footprints by placing things, or now we have wizards to speed up and automate that process. But where am I going with this? In the standard, we're reusing the same kind of package type over and over again, so we can make one footprint in a library and make it useful for lots of different components.
Of course.
And so a library is the most basic form of design reuse. But you can't trust any kind of design reuse if it's not done to a standard and to a particular process.
Right.
So you have the library, but then you have another layer of protection and control over that helps you reuse things more easily and effectively is version control. And one more layer on top of that again is the full data management system, which incorporates, like, version control may only give you versioning and comparisons for just the graphical stuff, the symbol and the footprint. With a formal data management system like Vault or Nexus 365 Workspace, you're going to get versioning for the graphics, but also for every aspect of the component and its life cycle. So that's another whole level again.
Yeah,
There's
the life
revisions
cycle.
and life cycle.